Hey guys, I have another get ready with me today. So I am getting ready for work, and for all those who ask, I'm not a nurse, I'm a medical technologist. I work in the lab, specifically in the microbiology department, because I get asked that all the time. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were a nurse. Are you a nurse? And no, I'm not a nurse. Almost everyone who works in the hospital has to wear scrubs, so that's just an FYI. So there's people who do all kinds of other things. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this. This is gonna be kind of like a mini review, also get ready with me. A lot of you guys said you wanted to kind of see that, so hopefully this will work out for me. And mainly it's going to be Huda Beauty. I have quite a few of her products to almost do a full face. I am missing here and there a few products, but for the most part I have like a lot of good things from her. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my Pixi. This is the Vitamin Wake Up Mist, and just apply this on my face. This does spray out like harshly, so this is not something I would recommend on top of your makeup, but I love the way this smells. It has like a citrusy smell, and it just kind of gives you like that glow for your skin. Okay. And then for a primer, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection. And this one, I like the fact that it's almost a moisturizer, but then at the same time it has kind of like that little bit of silicone feel, but not to an exaggerate amount. I will say that a lot of people who aren't fond of scents will probably not like this, because all her products have like this perfumey, I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of like a flowery, perfumey smell. I really enjoy it. I'm really into certain scents, and so I do like the way this smells. But if you are sensitive to smells, and I've even had people tell me that stuff with scents like this can break them out. Thankfully I haven't had any issues with her stuff, but I do want to warn you guys on that. I do feel like this kind of really attaches whatever you put on it, so I really like the fact that it kind of like stays kind of tacky, and then whatever foundation you put on really like holds on to it. So I do really enjoy this. I do like the fact that it's also in a pump, and it just has her signature kind of look to it. So a really nice base or primer for your makeup. Next, I'm going to take the e.l.f. sponge. This is my first time using this one, so this is kind of like a first impression, but also I think I can do a review on it, because I feel like once you use it once, you can know like if you're going to love it or hate it. So I'm going to be using her foundation, and this is in the color Chai. I had to go through a few different colors to actually pick out my right one. I do have to say her line has a good amount of foundation shades, so that is nice. I do like that it's in a pump. It's a plastic, so it's nice and squared off like that, so I do like the packaging, and it does come with a little bit over 1 fluid ounce, so it's 1.18 fluid ounces, so it is super high coverage. I'm not one to do like a full coverage, especially for work that I'm going to right now. Oh, this sponge is so nice, especially for the price point. I was surprised at how it's sponged up with just the tiniest bit of water. It does kind of feel like, I don't know, it kind of feels like a little bit like it has kind of like an exfoliating thing to it, which could be a bad thing. Let's see, I just want to see how it applies the makeup. We'll see how it goes from there. But this foundation gives a really nice coverage. If you apply just like half a pump, I feel like you get like a really nice medium coverage, kind of like what I'm doing now. But you could actually do like a full coverage on your face, like if you're gonna go somewhere special, or if you really are into that kind of coverage. I'm not, just because I like more of a softer base. Especially the older I get, the more I feel like I need less coverage and then just more of a glow, just because the more foundation you put on, the older you can look. So we don't want that. As you get older, you obviously don't want that. So sometimes it's okay to do like a layer and then just go into those extra places that you might need some more coverage. So I'm just gonna go in and add on just the tiniest bit, and then just add that onto, like, for example, this area just I feel like is always darker. So I like doing like my upper lip, and then just go into certain spots. And likewise, her foundation has that smell, has a lot of scent to it. I've heard of people breaking out because of it. So that is something to watch out for. But this is super, super long wearing. I have worn it my whole day at work, and I have 12-hour days. So that's a lot of hours right there, because I'll put this foundation on, and then by the time I go to work and come home, it's been like 14.5 hours. So that says a lot about the foundation. And I do like that it gives you like that whole flawless finish, but you know, not everyone's into that, so definitely take that into account. If you're looking for something that's like medium to full coverage, this is it. It does have a scent, good lineup of colors, and yeah, I have to say I've been pretty impressed by this. Next up, I have the concealer. This is the Overachiever concealer, and I'm in the shade Cotton Candy. And I could go a shade up if I wanted to, probably like 2 shades up if I wanted the one that is exactly my match, or you know, for brightening, I do think that Cotton Candy is a nice selection. And with this, I feel like you only need the littlest amount. I do like the fact that the tip is very cooling and just kind of adds that coolness, which kind of really helps when you have bagginess underneath your eyes or puffiness. It's always recommended to put something cool there, so it's nice that this already has that feature in it. And I do feel like you do have to work with this really fast, which is why I'm just kind of going in right now, because this really dries and sets to wherever you leave it, so that is something to look out for. You might want to do one eye at a time. I just apply a little bit, as you saw, at the edge of my eye, and then spread it out so I don't get too much product in there and it can just accumulate or look cakey, because likewise, like I just keep repeating this, I'm older, I have, you know, lines under there. I don't want it to look crepey or nasty or like ugh, so I have learned to use less product and spread out more than to actually do, you know, the whole Instagram trend, or you know, a lot of these younger people on YouTube do this whole thing where they do like the full on triangle, and I used to try to do that, but I felt that a lot of times it would crease or get into my eyes. So that is just something that I've little by little just taken into account and just kind of made it work for me in a different way. So if you're having issues with a lot of creasing and creepiness or crepiness, definitely, you know, go in with less product. So I'm going to use her Easy Bake Loose Baking Powder, and I know a lot of people had a lot of controversy over this because there was like an idea from, you know, there's similarities as far as like beauty bakery, so I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it's ever right to steal other people's, you know, work. But then a lot of times, you know, it's funny how people will bring this up, but then they'll buy like palettes that are dupes of other palettes and things like that. So it kind of has to go the whole way around. And I do have palettes that are dupes, like those Bad Habit palettes that are duping other palettes, including Huda's palettes. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. And I am in the shade Pound Cake, and I really love this setting powder. I will say that I only use this for underneath the eyes. It's the reason that I bought this this specific shade. I don't think that you could, I mean, I guess you could use it for like the rest of your face, but it's mainly supposed to be for like baking, so that's what I use it for. And I do like the way my eyes bake with this. I'm usually not into baking. Most of the time I just use a little bit of a brush and go in underneath. This does have a scent just like all her other products. To me, it smells good, but like I said, scent is something that's a personal preference, so that would just depend on what you think. I do feel like this looks really nicely on the skin. It really sets the concealer into place, or sets whatever you want it to. I don't know if anyone's used this like for an all over powder. I wouldn't use this shade because this shade is way too light for me, but you know, but so far as a setting powder, or I mean a baking powder or setting underneath my eyes, I really enjoy it. So I don't have any powder like powder like face powder from her. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the brand new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I did kind of speak to you guys in my haul about this, that so far I don't feel like overly impressed. I mean, it's a nice powder, but it's a pretty pricey one, so I don't know what the hype is so far. I do feel like it makes your skin look like skin, which is a nice thing. I'll probably use this for a few weeks and then try to change to another powder and see if I see a difference, because I feel like sometimes that's a good way of seeing a difference in your skin, is, for example, using this and then using another one, and then you can really tell the difference. So I am gonna go in with her new palette, and I have used this quite a bit, so I can kind of give you guys a good impression of these. These are the shades right here. I'm going to try to put the swatches up on the screen so you guys can definitely see those as well. I do have to say I've had issues with the glitter formula. I did order from e.l.f. a silicone spatula. I know that she has one, but I feel like it's overpriced. These shades right here, the what are these? These little opalescent ones are absolutely beautiful. Her mattes are absolutely beautiful. And the one shimmer shade that she has here is absolutely beautiful as well. The only thing that I have concern with are the glitters. So we'll definitely have to, when I try to apply them just with my finger, I have issues. I have small eyelids. So that just did not work out for me so far. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with my MAC paint pot. And I'm always checking the time because obviously I have to leave on time for my train, but I also want to film for you guys the mornings that I can, because lately my son is off of whack. He is on the time period from before, like we just did the, what is that, like the daylight savings time, and so that threw him off his schedule because now he's an hour ahead. And by the way, she does have a concealer in here, which I feel like is super drying. I don't like that it's in here with powdered products. I don't like that. I feel like it's already drying, and I feel like it's gonna dry out even more. So I'm not a fan of this. I would have preferred another one of these beautiful shades here in the corner. I don't know. I feel like I just did not like that whatsoever. Don't tell me he's awake. My son woke up, so had to deal with that. He just wanted some water, so my mom took him back with her, so hopefully I can finish filming this. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the paint pot with the color Bear, which is just a nude shade. And I will say this palette does have quite a bit of kick up. It is pigmented, but just a forewarning there, I'm not one who has an issue with kick up, but I know some people hate that, and especially if you do your makeup before like I do, then some people have issue with fallout. I did buy the shadow shields, which, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put some on. I have never tried these before, and hopefully I'll be able to see what the hype of these are. Okay. Ooh. Oh, these are super tacky. So I'm just going to apply this underneath my eye. Feeling like a weirdo. These are not tacky at all. Okay, so these are very uncomfortable to wear, and I feel like it does not stick on to your skin the way it's supposed to. Maybe it's because I have wrinkly old skin. Okay, these do not stick on the way it's supposed to, so I'm just gonna give up. And it's actually bringing up my stuff, so I don't know. I don't know if you guys have any other recommendations like for a sharp line other than tape, or you know, to collect fallout underneath your eye. I just use powder for the most part, but apparently first impression on these is that they don't stick to your skin. I don't know, they don't seem to work the way they're supposed to. So I'm gonna go in with my Wayne Goss number 18, and I'm gonna try to use a color that I haven't used. So I'm gonna go in, wait, I think I've used every transition shade in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with Tickle and just apply this to my crease. So as you can see there, it blends out super nice. It's super pigmented. I've had no issues whatsoever with the matte shades. They're absolutely just stunning. Okay, next shade that I'm going to go in with is going to be Love Bite, which is this beautiful dark purple, and I'm going to apply that just on the crease to, or the outer crease, to just darken it up. Next, I'm going to use my Too Faced glitter glue. I like using this especially for, you know, shimmer eyeshadows and things like that. It's not something that I use all the time, but I just feel like it really helps, especially when you have small eyelids or like a little bit hooded eyelids. I just feel like it just helps those shimmer shadows stay in place all day. So it is something that I truly recommend for shimmer shadows. I think Stephanie Nicole is also one who uses this a lot for, you know, for her eyelids when she is using shimmer shadows as well. So I'm just gonna pat this into place. And this is just gonna be a very simple eye look for the most part. So I'm going to apply some of these beautiful shimmers all over the lid. And I'm going to be using the, so I'm going to be using the Beauty Junkies Pro Concealer. I absolutely love this brush. I'm going to try to list the products down below. I'm so bad about listing products, and I'm so sorry about that. But love, love, love this. If you're looking for something that picks up the, for example, the Colourpop shock shadows or shimmer shadows and things like that, this brush is absolutely amazing for it. So I'm going to go into the shade Fantasy. And this palette actually has a lot of names that are just like very sexual. I hadn't noticed until I watched Raw Beauty Christie's review on it, like her first impression on it. And she was reading off the names, and I was like, I had not even looked at that, and was like, But yeah, yeah. So you can see the shade. Oh my god, these shades are so beautiful. And if you use a glitter glue, it just makes it pop even more. I am obsessed with these shades, and I am a Libra. I was born in October, and my original birthstone is opal, and I love the fact that this has kind of like little, it looks like little opal stones in each one of these eyeshadows, and it just kind of gives like this awesome opalescence to it. If there was anything about this palette that I would change, it would be to eliminate that concealer and add on another one of those shades, and maybe even like, I don't know. I mean, it's beautiful, but you could even take off maybe one of these transition shades, like this one, for example, and put on another one of these. I would have loved to see more of this formula. It's such a stunning and beautiful, different formula that, I mean, that for the palette alone, I absolutely love it. Did I say that right? For the palette alone? I mean, I can't even express into words what I want to say. For the palette, I feel like just for those shades alone, it's totally worth it. That's what I want to say. Oh my god. Thanks for some of you guys who sometimes correct me, because sometimes I'm just so out of it in the morning. So for the inner shade, I'm going to use the color Crave. And this is the MAC 228. This is my go-to for like little spaces like this. Oh my god, I swear to god, these shades are like so beautiful, it's not even funny. If you're into beautiful shimmer shades and you like the kind of like pinky undertone palettes, then this palette will definitely be for you. So I'm going to just go in there with a fluffy brush and clean up those edges, just really blend everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in with Love Bite and just kind of deepen that outer crease just a little bit. And then I'm going to sweep away whatever powder is left underneath my eyes. This is the Wayne Goss airbrush brush. And if you're looking into Wayne Goss, the hype is real. Like, his eye set is amazing. This brush right here is like so soft and so amazing for underneath your eyes, or this is what I mainly use it for, is for underneath my eyes, but I know people use it to like buff in their foundation, I mean their powder. These brushes are absolutely amazing, totally worth the price point. I would definitely say if you're on the fence about getting them, definitely get his eye set. I haven't tried his face brushes except for the airbrush one, but his eye brushes are absolutely stunning. So I'm gonna go in with a number 20, and I'm gonna go into Kinky and apply that along the lower lash line. So this palette to me is absolutely amazing. I do have to play with the glitters once I get the little silicone applicator, but in total, I absolutely love this palette. Like I said, to me, the only fail is probably this concealer shade in here. I'm not really impressed by it. I'm probably going to try to start using it as a base all over the lid to try to just get it out of there, because I hate that stuff is already sticking to it. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking, but this was just like a little fail. But other than that, this palette is absolutely amazing. It's super beautiful. So if you love the color story on this, this is beautiful to have. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some blush to my cheeks, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my ride or die favorite, which is this is the Rockateur, and I've been using this so long, it's not even funny. I've already hit pan on it, but I don't know if you guys can tell that I've hit pan on there. You can definitely see the pan forming, and if I run out of it, I will definitely buy another one because I love it that much. There's a shade that looks very similar in Charlotte Tilbury's line that I'm kind of eyeing, but her blushes are expensive. Like, damn, I think they're like 40 bucks, which, oh god. And I've heard that they're super fragile as well, so if it falls, then you're screwed. And for my glow today, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Super Glow. I've really been into this. Packaging is amazing. I have no idea why it has that mirror in there, but I'm not mad at it. And this is in the shade number 2. I don't remember if it was Mel Thompson that recommended this in one of her videos, but this thing is absolutely stunning. So let me go ahead and use this brush. This is from the BH Cosmetics line, and I feel like this does not swatch pretty, but on the face you can tell. I mean, look at it. But then when I swatch it, like even in my swatch video, like it just kind of looks like meh, it just looks okay. I did a haul, and when I swatched it, I felt like on camera you just could not tell how beautiful it really looks. And I like the fact that it's not like glittery or anything like that. It just has like that beautiful sheen to it where it just kind of gives you a beautiful glow. It's just, I really like it. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit on my nose. But yeah, and I like the fact that it's also very, very buildable. I have been afraid to bring it down from my vanity because I'm afraid my son will get his little dirty paws on it and break it. So I've just been keeping it up here where it's nice and safe. And as far as eyeliner, I'm gonna go ahead and use just the dark brown. This is called Stomper by Colourpop. And then for my upper waterline, I'm going to use my Ride or Die I Define Waterline by Pixi. This is just a black one, and this just kind of make my eyes or my lashes appear bigger than what they are. So for my eyelashes, I'm going to go into the Dior Base Mascara. I like this. I just am not superly overly impressed by it. I feel like my L'Oreal one does just as good a job, so I don't know what the hype is. And then I'm gonna go in with the Monsieur Big, which this mascara you have to be a little bit careful with because it is super wet. So it will make a mess if you were to get it on your lid. So you really have to wait for it to like dry in between. And a lot of you guys recommended castor oil to make my lashes grow, so I've been testing that out. I did take before pictures, and I'm going to be testing it out to see if I see any difference. So my card ran out of space, so I had to finish my face because I have to leave for work. But I want to let you guys know what I use. I use the Coverfx Illuminating Setting Spray, and for my lips, I use her lip kit, which is the Muse for the lip liner, the Muse for the liquid lip, and the Angelic on top. This lip combo I feel like goes perfectly with her palette. It's kind of like that rosy undertone. And yeah, this is it for the look. Sorry I wasn't able to finish it off on camera. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you guys really like these get ready with me. Let me know if you like this kind of style of mini review, get ready with me. Hopefully I'll do more of these, especially here in the morning when I'm getting ready. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the look, the palette. I know it's just a simple look, but oh my god, I love this palette. I really like her products. I've really been drawn to them. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, hit that little red button if you want to see more of my content. Love you guys. Until the next one. Bye guys.